about the real estate market. Right now in Pasco County, where I am and where I work and live, there are 4,336 listings. The number of pending listings is 1,373, and that's a pretty okay number. And then solds, we're going to do 30-day solds. It's 1,066. Active listings have gone as high as 4,700 recently and down as low as 4,200, and they're up. Pendings has been awful, as low as 1,100, and now they're back at 1,300. And solds 1,066 is not a good number for 30-day solds. Now, there's always a hump where there's a lot more sales at the end of the month. So what we're going to do is we're going to act like we're going shopping and see what the market looks like right now. Now, we're going to look at single-family houses because that's what I'm going to assume you're looking for. In Pasco County, there's 2,900 single-family houses. We're going to look at the non-flood zones because if you have a choice, you don't want a flood zone. We have 2,300 properties available. And let's go ahead and say that we want to have, now, if you're willing to buy a one-bedroom house, you're going to have a lot of options. But let's say we're only going to look at two-bedroom houses. And let's say we're going to look at two bathroom houses and two-bedroom houses because we're looking for the best deal in the market. There's 276 properties that fit this. We're going to assume that our buyers want a garage. Brings us down to 261. Now, let's look at the prices, let's say below 300,000 and get it down to 168 properties. So the question is, what's the best deal? Of these 168 properties, what's the best deal? Well, I'm going to submit to you that the ones that have two-car garages are better. There's 58 of those. But before we look at those, let's look at the cheapest homes on the list. Let's see what the number is. The number is 177, 178, 180, 185. So you can look at 5 properties below $185,000. Let's look at the two-car garages. 58 of those. 180,000. This one on Rainbow is jumping out. A well-established neighborhood. It looks like the roof looks okay. You know, there's always a reason why they're cheap. This one only has 11 pictures, so this is the worst one of the two-bedroom, two-bathroom, one-car garage. We actually put on there that we wanted a two-car garage. But this one's $195 a month. We're going ahead and take that one out. Let's assume we don't want any homeowners association fees. Now we're down to 17 properties. And that first one is a lie. Rainbow's only a one-car garage. Okay, Gray Fox for $220, Linkwood for $225, Trash, Devonshire, Newton. So we get up to about 250,000, and we're in the top 9. So let's look at 250,000 as our chief variable. And then let's take the two-car garages out. So there are 66 properties with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a one-car garage minimally below $250,000. So Beacon Square is west of 19. It's a mandatory flood zone. Regency Park. Colonial Manor is pretty attractive. It's closer to Pinellas County than these other properties. Let's take a look at this one if it'll open. 936 square feet. $185,000, call it $197 a square foot. So I'm not excited. I don't see that as being some great deal. Let's go ahead and look at it based on price per square foot. And generally we're going to get larger houses, which is good. Let's say everything below $200 a square foot and see how much it changes. It brings it down to 31 properties. And let's say we don't want a small house. We'd like to have something with a little more square feet. Let's say we want at least 1,200 square feet. And there are none. Oh, because I got to do 1,200 plus. I was excited there for a moment. So these are the best 20 houses or excuse me, yeah, the best 20 houses at this criteria. Okay, Paxton is in the Lakes. Now, the Lakes is attractive. The Lakes is larger lots and slightly taller ceilings. And this is the cheapest house. It looks like an El Dorado. And the giveaway on the El Dorado is the Natalia Hall, the realtor, calling me. Okay, so this is good. This is $192,000. It's bank owned. $133 a square foot. Jasmine Lakes, $199,000. It's a probate listing. Handyman, fixer-upper, $157 a square foot. Fox Bloom, $204,000, $159 a square foot. Embassy, $224, $169 a square foot. All right, now to do an analysis, we always have to look at the solds to know what the true market is. In this exact criteria, $250,000 less on the asking price, 2 bedrooms. You know what? Let's add the see if there's anything else in there. Single family homes with a garage, no monthly fees, $200 a square foot and less. And we're doing the sold. So let's go ahead and see what's happened most recently. In the last 21 days, there's 6 of them. So this is what the true market is for those properties we just looked at. This is what buyers have determined is the price. $141 a square foot, $122 a square foot, $153 a square foot. Lake Christina. This one has a pool. We didn't even talk about if they had a pool. Aloha Gardens is west of 19. Regency Park, $191 a square foot. Shadow Ridge, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 car garage, sold for $250,000. They were asking $255,000. It took 22 days. All right, so that gives us what the actual real results are. Let's look at what's happened most recently in this criteria. 28 properties are pending. So the way you analyze the pendings is by the days on market. 19 days on the market, $120,000. 2 days on the market, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Beacon Square, $175,000. Bank owned, went under contract in 6 days. $185,000, went under contract in 73 days. Viva Villas, $200,000. Be interesting to see. 326 days on the market. Jasmine Lakes, pending at $162 a square foot, pending at $164 a square foot, $137 a square foot in 4 days, a probate listing. Only one picture, 1,500 square feet, giant garage. Regency Park, $152 a square foot, $159 a square foot with a 2-car garage. $161 a square foot. Now that's the list price per square foot. Brown Acres, $150 a square foot. So it just goes to show that you can get deals. $157 a square foot, $149 a square foot. Now we're going to be starting to get bigger houses. No, $1,297 or 1,297 square feet, $176 a square foot. Executive Woods, $159 a square foot in 9 days. So look at this. You can buy a $229,000 house that looks this nice. And Executive Woods is a nice neighborhood. You know what we really got to do? We got to go back to the actives and look at the 3 bedrooms because everybody wants 3 bedrooms. Is there anything here? There's 34 listings. Nope, that's not 3 bedrooms. We want 3 bedrooms. There's 12. All right, let's see if there's any larger ones. 14 properties. So this might be the list. This is the list. Of course, we didn't pull out 2-car garages. This is only 1,200 square feet. It's an auction. Okay, we don't want to look at auction properties. The price is 5 or 10% more if you were to buy it. This diamond in the rough, $195,000, works out to $148 a square foot. Blue roof, $160 a square foot. $161, $168. Let's find a good deal. This one has no garage. All right, the lakes, highly desirable. Slightly higher ceilings and larger lots. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage. Works out to $179. Call it $180 a square foot. And the question is, what is wrong with it? 8012 Embassy. All right, we know it's on a main road, and that is, a lot of people are not going to be happy with that. But that's a lot of house for that price. All right, Jasmine Hills. 0 days on the market. 3-bedroom. Oh my gosh, what a great house. Okay, what year was this built? 1997. What a great house. All right, this is it. 6825 Kentucky Avenue. We're going to call this the deal of the day. Well, not price deal, but the one with the best amenities. Hey, I'm Randy Jenkins. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.